Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing well today. This is Comics Villain with another indie spotlight. This one is going to be for the new Earthworm Jim comic. Just picked up, let's see, the $25 perk. So let's dive into this. So this is the Earthworm Jim, the comic book, and crazy enough. It's already 623% funded. It's got 60 days left, which is interesting. I don't fully understand that. Maybe somebody can kind of explain why some crowdfunding campaigns go 30 days and others will go 60. I don't understand that. But in any case, um, this one is at 74,758 as of right now. The let's go into this a little bit. So the story: Earthworm Jim, from the creator of Earthworm Jim. My name is Doug Tenopple, and sorry, Doug, if I said your name wrong. It, yeah. I will try to fix that later. And I created Earthworm Jim 26 years ago through EWJ. Though EWJ, Earthworm Jim, appeared in award-winning video games and animated series, which I remember that, love that, and a toy line, his epic story has yet to be told. Huh. We all know the character, but none of us know the story. This deficit in the universe ends now. All I can remember, honestly, from that was the TV show saying that he was a worm that happened to get into the suit. That's as much as I remember. And, I also remember the game just being, God, it was amazing. It was just really freaking hard. But, yeah, I still played it, still beat it. It was a fun game. So, let's check this more. Doug does have a mailing list. Do sign up for the Earthworm Jim comic mailing list. So it's right here when you get onto their story, or the our story kind of description thing. For the first time in 27 years, I'm crafting an epic graphic novel worthy of the true fans of Earthworm Jim in a multi-book set. Let's launch the cow. Trebuchet, anyone? Launch the cow. Oh, it really is called that. It's called Launch the Cow. Earthworm Jim, Launch the Cow. My last Indiegogo campaign was for a comic book called Bigfoot Bill. See, we really need to have a Earthworm Jim versus Bigfoot Bill. That would be cool. Okay, so his last book was Bigfoot Bill, and his backers. My backers blew me away by providing 196,000 in funding. See, that's crazy. Together, we were able to make a hardbound giant book with over-the-top gold leafing, Jesus, and embossing on the cover. With your help, we can make Earthworm Jim Launch the Cow a beautiful volume that is a work of art unto itself. It goes onto the coffee table, not some box of wrinkled, floppy comics in a basement. This story will be a sprawling love letter to the fans of Earthworm Jim. Oh my gosh, the memories this brings back. Peter Puppy. Oh man. Yeah, it's looking awesome. Love it. All right. You are my plan A. There is no other plan. Making a big, beautiful book requires a lot of funding. Paper costs go up every year, and I only use top quality end sheets, cover stock, print work. It's made in America in my state, so I can oversee every step of the production. I agree to that. That makes sense. Oh, good lord. The book will start as a handsome hardbound edition, oversized 9-inch by 12-inch, and 160 pages long. Dear God. It documents the origins of the supersuit and how it got to Earth to make our favorite hero. You'll see some familiar characters ripped straight out of the video game, like Peter Puppy Princess, what's her name, Psychro, the hideous Professor Monkey for a head, Queen Slug for a butt, and the evil the cat. Yes. Yes. The Making of Earthworm Jim book. Your Earthworm Jim Launch the Cow comic is lonely and needs a companion. Interesting. The making of Earthworm Jim book is a perfect companion to the comic book. It's a little typo there. It will also be hardbound, 9-inch by 12-inch, and starts at 64 pages, but I know we can do a lot better than that. It has a comprehensive backstory on the main characters and villains. I think it's tacky to have too much expository dialogue and everyone's past, so it's better to unfurl that in this book. Oh, I mean, that's interesting. I would worry that people wouldn't, you know, I'd worry that maybe, people wouldn't look at it. They would jump right into the other book. But I mean, it makes sense. You give people what they would need. It's just I think a lot if it's not like easily accessible, if it's not already in the book they're reading, I think some people might not turn together. But it would be weird if you were to get that and not look at it. It would be really weird, I guess. Because I mean, maybe just for the art alone, the description of things. If you're a big fan, just jump back into it. So either way, I give you the why behind the entire Earthworm Jim universe, and yes, I'm building a universe, as you should, Doug. This is definitely something special. I recently had a reunion with the whole Earthworm Jim game team. That's pretty cool. I heard about that, and I got to interview everyone. We talked about how Earthworm Jim came to be, and I will document that many close calls and freak accidents that had to fall into place for it to happen. There will be team bios and a catch up on what everyone has been doing the last 25 years since we got together. It's funny. I have a buddy I know that would love this, and he never buys comics. There's no reason for him to, but this would get him excited. I can tell you that. The Shiny Team section of the book has portraits. Oh, that's interesting. The Shiny Team section has portraits of the talented artists, programmers, and musicians, and the photos were taken by David Perry, the Earthworm Jim programmer. That's cool. Oh man, brings me back. I have the Super Nintendo version. Loved it. I'll show every step of the comic book's production, from raw ideas on the whiteboard to printing every note card I used in breaking down the story. You'll see the raw penciled pages, inked pages with washes applied, and I even scanned my scripts pages that are covered in pencil rewrites. Who remembers this cartridge and packing art by Mike Walsh? If I screw up anyone's names, you just let me know in the comments how awful a person I am. I'm okay with that. I need to learn. I've asked Mike to paint. See, I skipped that. Sorry. I've asked Mike to paint a new 90s style EWJ cover for the making of book. Here we go. Kolsch. I hope that's right. Kolsch will give a step-by-step story on how he illustrated EWJ, including a sneak peek into his studio madness. Here's the website, if anyone wants to check that out. He also allowed me to make prints of the cover, and the original is available to our highest back tier. Oh, wow. I could see a lot of people wanting to try to get that. I'll put it in a beautiful frame with matting so it's ready. Damn, Doug. Damn. There's a lot of value in this. No wonder the amount's so high already. Here's Mike giving step-by-step progress on the cover. Dang. It really is amazing. Every bit of this is just really amazing. I've got perks where you can own the original comic pages, the book covers, and enjoy frame-worthy prints, plus a perk where I will draw you an original signed Earthworm Jim head sketch in your book. Wow. 3 art prints. I hope to make 3 collectible prints with each Earthworm Jim book by a guest artist, and these are the first 3. Note, they will only be offered on this campaign and won't be offered on any other future campaigns. The first is by Mike Kolsch, the artist who did all of the cards. Alright, the next 2 are from Creature Box Boys, Greg and Dave. Which, that looks fantastic. Oh, man. I miss so much of the game. I really do miss the game a lot. Click here to learn more. So there's Creature Box link. Fund the team. The funds will go to a costly print run. My flatter, Radka Kavalkova. Okay, there we go. Radka Kavalkova. My colorist, Catherine Garner. book designer Joe Potter, and shipping fees. Here's a sampling of the team's test pages so far. Let me mention the shipping fees for the book. So I purchased it $25 tier, and the shipping is about $12. So a little hefty, but hey, maybe it's gonna be worth it. The Earthworm Jim. A lot of us haven't, played that in a bit. Haven't gotten any new content for a while, so you know, it's worth it. And I think there are some other books that I've had that got about that high in shipping, but it's totally fine. You're gonna get a lot of content for this. So there's a little bit of the art. Looks great. The art of bookmaking. I've spent years making graphic novels. And Earthworm Jim is probably my most well-known creation. Yet his story hasn't been told. This is my chance to do the best job I can to entertain you. And your backing will make this book a fantastic work of art. The suit is taken over. Oh, yeah. Okay. Man. Yeah, I have to figure a way to play the old game. Did they have any ROMs? Probably not. I don't know if there's an official way to buy this and play this again, but yeah, we'll see. See, I really wish I didn't get rid of my old Super Nintendo. I got rid of my Super Nintendo, all my old games. It was around the time I got married. We had like so little money, and we had so little space. And we had initially what did we do? We bought a home in this one city. Oh, not a home. I'm sorry. We rented a room. Literally, just rented a room inside this home in this one city out here, and we just didn't have the space for it. We were using a storage unit too, so at a certain point, I had a conversation with my wife, and we just decided we got to sell everything. I do regret that because I would probably be playing that right now, but at the time it was just things had to go. Growing up, all that, and now I realize I really didn't need to do that. So sad. Hopefully with the Nintendo Switch, my kids got that, so hopefully in the future they allow that online portion of it, the streaming video game portion of it, to not just be Nintendo, but also Super Nintendo games. I would be cool if they just went up to Super Nintendo. For some odd reason, they only want to do Nintendo. But anyway, yeah, that would be great. They offer you Super Nintendo, and then you can play Earthworm Jim on there. Doug, if you're watching this, I don't know if Nintendo we had Earthworm Jim in the store or not, or if you can get Earthworm Jim anywhere else. I wonder if PlayStation has it. Okay, so let's get back to this. I don't see comics as disposable rags made to read once, then toss aside. Let me read that one more time. I don't see comics as disposable rags made to read once, then toss aside. Okay. I spend a lot of time writing and story and crafting every page, and merely reading some thin floppy or a PDF isn't the experience I'm going for. This book will be something you can enjoy for a lifetime. It's literature, not pop garbage, and I want to stand on the tiptoes of my ability to reach for the highest possible craft I can accomplish. My track record in this arena has few peers. I kickstarted 2 sketchbook archives where we managed leather covers, gold gilded edges, and the best printing money can buy. These are one-of-a-kind collector's items that are not available in stores. The book honors the backers who made them happen. I write for the most diverse audience imaginable, and the backers constantly tell me I got more than I paid for. And I've heard this for Bigfoot Bill. I've heard that quite a bit. You can see the book down here. It's pretty amazing. If you look at my books that are made outside of Indiegogo, you'll see that they don't have the over-the-top printing protection I can pull off through crowdfunding. Only through Indiegogo will you find foil-stamped gold cover art, UV gloss coatings, embossing, and debossing. Interesting. I hope to explore new printing techniques that make these hardbound books the kind of items you show off to your friends with a durability that ensures a great read for the rest of your life. I just love the picture on the right. I feel like there's like a choir singing that one. It's pretty nice, Doug. You did such a great job with all of this. I'm curious where you got it all printed out, how you got all of that made. I'm really curious. For more on Bigfoot Bill campaign, click here. So you have that. I spent a lot of time putting these books together. It's time away from my family, and I've dedicated my art philosophy and have the highest commitment to being transparent to my backers. Include them in every step of the process and take the moral contract between backer and creator seriously. Why build Air Force Base? Oh yeah, I remember that. When crew chief Matt Konar was allowed to choose any artist to paint the nose art on the KC-135 refueling plane, he wanted something like his favorite character, Earthworm Jim. A friend put us in contact, and I designed the artwork for the plane and attended the commissioning ceremony on May 5th. It wasn't too long ago. The whole base came out, and I felt so humbled to get to help America's finest that I wanted to do something special for those folks and give you that same feeling. By backing the Bill Air Force tier, I hope to send one copy of Earthworm Jim comic to all 800 people on that base just in time for Christmas as a thank you. Which I believe the comic's supposed to be coming out around then, around December. I will send you a signed book. Here's a sample page for the comic. Looks great. Oh, God. I like how there's like a peanut for the brain, like right there in the middle. That's funny. Oh, yeah, groovy. Ah, it's been so long. Get the word out. The more you share this campaign, the more backers come in, and the more we buff out the book for everyone. Please share the link, let your friends know, and use the Indiegogo share tools to push this out to all of your social media outlets. Sharing is caring. Thank you. I have the best backers in the world. Risks and challenges. I've had some tight deadlines in my career, and this book will be no different. I will have to pencil and ink 1 to 2 pages a day, scan them, letter them, and get them off to my coloring crew, where they will have to match my schedule to keep up. We're up against Christmas, a nightmare for shipping. So there could be some real delays here. If I can't get most of these books out to you in November, I'm in close contact with my printer, and they are fast and good. Here we are at work on my last campaign. Oh, okay. So actually, I would definitely want to check that out. There's the printing for it. Um, I just finished wrapping up my last book campaign for Bigfoot Bill, Shadow of the Mothman. And those hardbound books are expensive to ship due to their size and weight. I'm upgrading the shipping boxes for this campaign. My cost for U.S. delivery was around $12 each. My cost for delivery to deliver one international book was around 34, and 2 books went as high as 64. If I lock in the shipping cost and increase the page count on the books, I can't raise the shipping fees. So the comic book will stay locked at 160 no matter what comes, but the making of the book has room to grow with stretch goals. I rely on each country's shipping work ethic, and some are hit and miss. We generally use private companies as a workaround to some famously unreliable shipping methods, and it is what drives the cost up. From what I learned on the Bigfoot Bill campaign, I believe this campaign will be the lowest fail rate yet. Earthworm Jim's Richard trademark. All right, so that's that was it. That's the whole thing. It's quite a bit to read, but there's a lot of information to get out. So let's head back out. Again, $74,758. I'm very positive that's going to reach probably 200,000, 300,000. Probably no problem there. Let's take a look. Yeah, went up a little bit. So taking a look at this, you have the featured one. The featured perk, signed book superfan. For the superfans, this includes an Earthworm Jim comic book hand signed by Doug Tenopple, the making of Earthworm Jim comic, which includes character profiles, interviews with the original team, and a cover by Earthworm Jim cartridge artist Mike Kolsch. This tier also features 3 high-quality 9-inch by 12-inch frameable art prints of everyone's favorite hero, Estimated delivery 2019. There's the Earthworm Jim comic for the 25. That's the one I got. Um, Dang, look at that though. 320 claimed for the $70 one. If I had the money, Doug, I would absolutely be getting the $70 one. Well, if I had the money, I'd probably get the top tier. But in any case, let's view all. So, going to the $50 one, you have the making of book and the comic. You have you have 2 comics and 2 making of for $100. For $150, you have it signed with the head sketch and more. $240. That's the 10 books to Beale Air Force deal, and 6 of those are claimed. I really do hope that you're able to get all 80 claimed. If everybody shares this, then we might be able to help out, and it would be great for the Air Force Base. So, yeah, $500 gets you 10 of the comics and 10 making of. So you'll probably see more, comic shops doing that, and I hope comic shops do. I would imagine they would. This is, Earthworm Jim. It's well known and would probably go very well in any shop. So, definitely if you're an owner, definitely pick it up. So $950 for the original inked Earthworm Jim page and frame. 8 of those are already claimed. That's $950. That's amazing. 8 of those are claimed. Wow, my God. And there's 140 in total, so we'll see where that goes. And then the $7,000 one. Let's take a look. You get the original cover art of Earthworm Jim, the ink and watercolor on paper, framed, matted, ready to hang. You get the interior title page, 9x12 ink and watercolor on paper, 1 Earthworm Jim comic signed, with an Earthworm Jim head sketch, your name in the book, an original comic page, 10 comic books, 10 making of, and more. I don't doubt someone will get that. It's just me, but I feel like somebody's going to get that. And then there is the $10,000, which comes with quite a few things. So you get the Mike Walsh making of cover. Walsh did the cover and cartridge art for the original EWJ and Earthworm Jim 2 games, and he crafted the cover for the making of book. You can own the signed masterpiece. Dimensions 13 by 5. 13.5 by 20. Acrylic colored pencil on illustration board, framed, matted, and ready to hang. You get an original 11 by 17 EWJ comic page by Doug T. 20 books and more. That's $10,000. Well, we'll wait to see what happens with those two, but anyone gets those, 17,000 added right to this. So, in any case, one last reload. Doug, really, congratulations on this. I'm happy it already got funded. I'm happy, very proud that it already passed that $12,000 mark. Is far above. You're going to hit 100,000 probably by the end of today, and yeah, if you guys haven't got the book yet, please try to get it. It's definitely history here in the making. This is Earthworm Jim. We haven't seen that in a while. If you're a big fan of the game, get the book. I think a lot of people were waiting on this. So, in any case, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. We'll be doing more videos daily. Still getting my scripts together for my future series, which is going to be called The Backstory. That's just going to discuss people's reasons for getting into comics, their current projects, future projects, past projects, and hopefully learn a little bit about indie creators. So we'll get that to you guys soon. Hopefully soon, and if you haven't subscribed, please like, share, comment, let me know what you think about all of this. If you've played Earthworm Jim before, let me know. I'd like to hear what you guys think about all of it. So I'll see you on the next video. You guys have a great day and take care. Bye.